So we are going to be all over the place, college and pros here. Let's start in the pros here. Von Miller out for the season with an ACL tear. They went in for exploratory surgery yesterday and realized, oh, it's not what we thought. Your ACL is torn. What effect does this have on the Bills' Super Bowl hopes?
I mean, I think it has a big effect on their hopes because this wasn't the same Bills team ever since Daboll has gone to the Giants. Offense has not quite been the same as it's been in the past. You're relying on the defense to win you some games that the offense just couldn't blow teams out. So, yeah. And it was like he hit the fountain of youth. He was playing like he was Von Miller back in the Broncos days. So, no, it's going to be a huge hit.
Yeah, I mean, you look at what he did for the Rams last year, and they can't rush the passer without him this season. I think it makes them the number 2 team in the AFC. I know currently they are the number 1 with the tiebreaker, but I think the Chiefs are the team that gets out of the AFC.
So no matter if they get the number 1 seed, you think the Chiefs without Miller there in Buffalo can win in Buffalo?
See, I don't know if they'll get the number 1 seed.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my thought too.
Okay, fair. So ESPN's Matt Miller spoke to one general manager who said he expects 1/3 of the league to have a new starting quarterback or make a key addition at the quarterback position in the spring. So we know the obvious teams are going to make a move. We already know Houston's going to make a quarterback move. We already know Carolina's going to make a quarterback move. Give me that team that's not the obvious that you think could make a move at quarterback.
Tampa.
Would that be obvious, though?
Well, how deep do you want us to go? Like the Raiders feel like a little.
I was about to say the Raiders.
That's what I was thinking, Raiders.
They've won 3 in a row. Didn't they just pay Carr too?
I don't think they're.
But you want under the radar, that could be one.
Yeah.
Is
Raiders.
Russell Wilson?
They're
Denver?
stuck with him, right?
That would be under the radar because they may be stuck with him.
No. Maybe not.
But maybe not. Right?
Maybe you just bite the bullet, buy him out this year, and move on. Take the cap hit and say this isn't going to work. Rams. I know he doesn't want to hear that.
What about Ravens? Or is that too obvious?
No, I think they're going to franchise Lamar.
Right, so it would be something of note if they don't get a deal and trade him and have to go in another direction.
But I'm saying Rams because, Stafford with the injuries, you got the money, you got a young family. Maybe you just start looking at quality of life and just walk away and say, I'm going to go enjoy my wife and my kids and spend my hundreds of millions of dollars.
I think it'd be stunning just because we watched him play through a bunch of stuff here.
Yeah, but when you start talking about the neck and things like that.
Scary stuff.
Like I said, with young kids, and you've won a Super Bowl.
Right. What's left to prove?
There's nothing to chase. You got the big contract. You got the ring. Now go be with your family. And don't go the Brady route where, your wife, Kelly, gives you the ultimatum. Kind of just walk away.
So I'm surprised I didn't hear Arizona, but is that too obvious?
Nah, I think that the management is going to side with Kyler, even though nobody else does.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to get rid of Kingsbury. I think Kingsbury is going to end up probably on TV or helping some college. He'll go to Alabama to the Passage Malibu of coaches, and he'll come back out and be a coach somewhere else, and he'll be that next great college hire like Matt Rule was.
And I think it's hard to trade these guys once you pay them. Like Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray just got paid, right? There's only so much you can do. And then, the coach ends up being the fall guy.
And the Jets as well.
Okay.
I think the Jets are probably going to try to go after somebody in the draft.
So slide over to the college ranks here. One coaching move that's official. The other one, okay, a little weird. Start with the official one. Louisville is finalizing a deal with Jeff Brohm. Do you like this move for Louisville? Does it even matter? He's just going home.
I mean, he's royalty. And for those I don't understand. Louisville right now feels the same way that Michigan felt when Jim Harbaugh came back. It was our star player, our star QB coming back to lead us to greatness. So, yeah, this is big. I mean, he's going to probably, as far as passing goes, he's going to be trying to attract a lot of top receivers and quarterbacks there. It's a big deal for Louisville.
I think it's a good hire. I do. I think he's He's a coach who's, like you said, really savvy offensively, can help take Louisville to the next level in the ACC.
One move here, not official, just still conversations there. ESPN's Pete Thamel. Stanford still has a head coaching job that is opening or still open. And former Dallas Cowboys coach Jason Garrett is a finalist for this position, along with Sacramento State's coach Troy Taylor. What is Stanford doing here?
I don't think Stanford knows. I mean, Stanford football is about to become irrelevant, especially when USC and UCLA leave, and Oregon. And if Oregon and Washington leave with them, that conference is going to break up. Stanford can't go out and recruit the way that other teams recruit. You got to be very smart to get in there. It's difficult to do. It was what made what Harbaugh and Shaw did when they hit their heyday so impressive. Because you can't just get the Randy Mosses of the world to come there because they can't cut the grades. But right now, I don't think that they know what they want to do. I mean, they held on to David Shaw about 5 years too long. They obviously don't care. It's an academic school, and it's kind of like Northwestern. Like Pat Fitzgerald, it's his job until he's like, I'm tired of it.
Well, because you're right. It's not only difficult to recruit. Hello, portal season. You can't just transfer into Stanford. It's not easy. They're at an even bigger disadvantage in the portal than they are just traditional recruiting. At least in traditional recruiting, you can go, hey, let's see what we can do. Transcripts, get smart kids.
You can find
you
something.
can find
yeah.
The portal. It's not going to be easy, and that's the sport now.
Hudson Card, the quarterback from Texas. Hey, I want to be a Cardinal. Nah, we don't want you. You didn't take real classes at Texas. You didn't go to school to play school.
So let's end this, I think, with a little fun here, because I have the top 10 highest paid coaches in the U.S. And I know you're like, what? Highest paid in the U.S.? It's because it's mainly football. Mm-hmm. There's one outside of football, and I'll just give it to you. It's Greg Popovich. He's number 4, okay? Other than that, it's all football. So let's get some guesses here. Who's the top coaches?
Saban?
Saban is number 8 at $11.8 million.
Belichick?
Belichick is number 1.
I can't believe you left that
$20 million. By far, number 1.
Because you're paying for all those Super Bowls.
Right.
You're not paying him for what he's going to do. You're paying him for what he did.
Correct. That's exactly what's going on. So I'll give you the top 10 here. Number 10, Kirby Smart.
Kenny's guy.
What has he done?
Number 9, Dabo Sweeney at $11.5 million. Jim, you guessed number 8, Nick Saban. Then you have John Harbaugh and Andy Reid tied at 6, $12 million. My coach, the greatest coach in the NFL history, Mike Tomlin, at number 5.
Is he really?
No, he's not. And number 3 would be Sean McVay. Number 2, Pete Carroll.
Talk about stealing money. It's Sean McVay.
What do you mean stealing money? He won a Super Bowl. It's not stealing money. You don't think he deserved it?
What's he doing now?
Half his line's dead.
No.
His top 2 receivers are on IR.
No.
His quarterback's not playing anymore.
The guy ahead of him lost his quarterback, lost a whole bunch of people. Yep. Pete Carroll's getting it done. He's finding ways to win. McVay's finding ways to sell off pieces.
That's why Pete Carroll's getting paid a little more.
That's a real coach.
$1 extra million
Go sell
for
some more
Pete Carroll.
Campbell soup.
Go
sell some more Campbell soup there, McVay.
And that is in football today.